So, hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you on Ecoholics YouTube platform. And this platform is specially there to cater the needs of RBI Grade B, Grade A aspirants. Now, in today's interesting live session, we will be dealing with you can say, a quite difficult topic. It's not a difficult actually, but the thing is that it is a bit tricky to understand because of the words. Words are a bit confusing, you know, and these are the words that get used in international banking a lot nowadays in India as well. If you see, as per the recent guidelines of RBI, that RBI has released for few things, this things has become extremely important. Okay, now this came in news. Obviously, I always say that we will be having any live discussion, any live session once any topic is going to be there in news. So obviously, the from the thumbnail itself, you could have seen that today we will be, what you can say, discuss the three basic kind of accounts that are there on an international stage, on an international level. Then we will also see what RBI has to say in regards to this accounts or in regards to a specific account. Okay, so we will see everything. So now, with no further delay, let's begin with our discussion. Now, global banking made simple. Vostro, Nostro, Loro accounts, and RBI's latest SRVA update. Now, the name itself, that's why I said that the name itself is quite confusing. The concept is not that much difficult, but I have seen people, they don't know the basic fundamentals of Loro accounts, Vostro account, or Nostro account. And it is quite important because now, if you see, now RBI has also in a ambit of regulating these accounts. Now RBI is also, you can say, has a mandate to control these the functioning of these kinds of account, because obviously it relates with the deposit. So that is the reason. Okay, and it was in news, that's why we are discussing it, and it is quite important because in past year examination, if you see, if I'm not forgetting, not in RBI, but yes, in some of the regulatory body examination, they do ask about the Vostro and Nostro account. Now these are the topics, let me tell you. Obviously it will be asked when something is going to be there in current affairs in regards to these topics, but the reality is that they can ask, this is one of the most important static topics as well, you know? If you talk about the international financial system, then these accounts, Vostro account, Nostro account, Loro account, then the facility that we have for financial information sharing, the switch facility, and multiple other things become extremely important. So, with no further delay, let's begin with our discussion further. Now, why is it in news? So, recently, RBI has released its policy in regards to Special Rupee Vostro Account. Now, we will see in detail what is Nostro, what is Vostro, and what is Loro. Once you will be done, once we will be done with this discussion, you will be having zero doubt that what this Special Rupee Vostro account is all about. So first we will see why it was in news. Okay? First we will see why it was in news, and then when we will be done with the discussion of these three different kind of accounts, then we will come back to these slides again, and then I will let you know that what is this particular news is all about. Okay? But we will go through it. Once we will go through it so that you can have an idea, you can keep this information in your buffer, and then we can relate it with the content that we will be discussing ahead. Okay, now RBI's policy on Special Rupee Vostro Accounts. Sorry, non-residents with SRVAs can now invest surplus balances in government securities. So all non-residents individual NRIs, all non-resident individuals who are having this account, that is Special Rupee Vostro account, and whatsoever surplus they are having in this account, they can utilize that particular balance in investment, and they can invest in government securities. This is what RBI has said. Now obviously it requires prior approval Earlier it used to earlier that was the rule that they would have been required the prior approval from RBI to utilize this surplus balance in investing to government security. But now RBI has removed that prior approval mandate for banks to open SRVs. First of all, now objective, it will boost rupee trade and internationalize the Indian rupee. Now see, earlier what was the regime that they would have required the banks would have required the RBI approval, and even the investors would have required the RBI's approval to invest, and banks would have required the RBI approval to open such kind of accounts. Now the prior approval mandate has been removed by RBI to open what kind of account? Special Rupee Vostro kind of accounts. Now, non-residents with SRVAs can now invest surplus balances in government securities. We will see further. Okay? Now, first and the foremost is the Nostro account. That means ours. First and foremost is the Nostro accounts. Okay? The Latin word, it's a Latin word meaning ours. Ours means our account. For an example, now let's take an example. Okay? We will take the same example for every slide and you will get it. Now there is a State Bank of India, SBI. It is in India. Okay? Now there is a bank ABC. Now let not keep it bank ABC. इसको काटते हैं. ठीक है? Let's keep Federal Bank. It is in US. ठीक है? USA. Now we have two banks. Now we have two entities. State Bank of India is a banking entity that is there in India. Federal Bank is an entity that is a entity of USA. Now State Bank of India is not having, for this example only, State Bank of India is not having any branch or any subsidiary in USA. Okay, State Bank of India is not having any branch or any subsidiary in USA, but they want to open a bank account in one of the banks of USA in the American US dollar. ठीक है? American in a US dollar, they want to open a saving account or current account, whatever they want to open, a bank account they want to open in US in the US dollars, in a monetary terms of US dollars. So what they will do, they will go and they will open an account in Federal Bank. They will call it Nostro account. We will call it Nostro account. Why? It is ours account. It is India's bank's account in one of the banks of the US, that too in the currency of US, that is the American dollar. Okay, this is what the Nostro account is all about. If you see the definition, bank's account held by correspondent bank abroad in foreign currency. So held by correspondent bank, it means our bank as State Bank of India. Now we held this bank account in abroad, that is US, and that too in foreign currency, that is US dollar. Perspective is ours from the domestic bank's viewpoint. So State Bank of India is our domestic, our own bank. So from our point of view, it is Nostro account. It is ours account with US bank. Example, an Indian bank maintaining US dollar account with US bank. Okay? This is what Nostro account is all about. Now what is Vostro account? If you'll ask me, sir, what is Vostro account then? Then I would say it means yours. Yours. Okay? It means yours. So as you see, we can open a bank account in US bank, that too in their currency. They can also open a bank account. Now see, same example, SBI, India, we have. Okay, then we have Federal Bank USA. Federal Bank USA. Okay, now see. Now Federal Bank wants to open their account. Okay? Federal Bank wants to open an account in one of the India's bank, that too in Indian currency, that is Indian rupee. So now what they will do, they will open a bank account, that too in rupee. Okay? Federal Bank will come to a State Bank of India and they will say, okay, I want to open an account, we want to open an account, that too in Indian rupee. We call it Vostro account. It literal means is yours from the foreign bank's viewpoint. So what we Indians will say, this is your account. This is US account. This is your account in our bank. That's why it's a Vostro account. So this is the difference. Nostro account means ours account. Ours account means State Bank of India's account. Now this is from the perspective of India only. Okay, it is going to be opposite for the another country. If I am saying as an Indian, this is the Nostro account. It means it is a account of a India's bank in one of the US banks. Okay, Nostro account. Now if US will see, they will call it Vostro account. Why so? They will say this is your India, this is yours account in our bank. So for them it is Vostro, for us it is Nostro. But the reality is you should be considering these accounts from domestic point of view only. Obviously you can consider it from the another's country point of view also, but it is not required. Okay, to comprehend it easily, only try to relate it with the domestic point of view. Nostro means ours. Ours account, our ours own domestic bank's account in the one of the US banks. Vostro means yours. One of the US banks account in our domestic bank. This is called the Vostro account. Now, bank's account maintained by a domestic bank on behalf of a foreign bank. Now, see, on behalf of a foreign bank, a domestic bank will be having a bank account in local currency. Prospective viewers from the foreign bank's point of view, example, a Russian bank or a US bank holding a special rupee Vostro account with an Indian bank in Indian rupees. Now you will get an idea that what is the special rupee Vostro account. We saw now that RBI has permitted that the non-resident people having a surplus amount in the special rupee Vostro account can invest their surplus balance in government securities. Now you will get it what this special rupee Vostro account is all about. Now you will have a clear cut idea after this discussion. So it got introduced in the year 2022. First of all, it enables exporter importers to invoice and settle trade directly in rupees. Obviously, now see, special rupee Vostro account. Vostro account का मतलब क्या हुआ? What does that mean? It meant theirs account, yours account with us, US bank or any foreign entities account in our own domestic bank. That too in Indian rupees. This is what the Vostro account is all about. Special rupee, it means it is in rupee. Obviously, Vostro account is something that you can open in Indian rupee only. Okay? So it got introduced. These are the accounts opened by the foreign entities with Indian bank to settle international trade in Indian rupees. Now, see, it is quite easy. Now it will become easy. How it will become easy? For example, we imported something. Okay? Or you can say, yes, we exported something. We exported something. So now Indians are seller. We exported something to US. US is a buyer. Being a buyer, US will be required to pay something, है ना? Whatever the worth of that thing that we have exported, US will be giving it back. So how they will be doing it? They will deposit the amount in their special rupee Vostro account, and then from that account we will get our selling amount in Indian rupee. That's it. What they will do? See, SBI is there, US is there. They are having a Vostro account. They will transfer the money over here in a rupee, and the SBI is maintaining this particular Vostro account. SBI will transfer it to exporter. Here is the importer. ठीक है? कितना easy हो गया ना? Now see, now they don't need to go to exchange and do all this kind of stuffs. What US will do? They will deposit a money in US dollars. They will deposit in their Vostro account. ठीक है? SBI will convert it to Indian rupees. They will keep that amount. They will keep that particular amount. They will keep that particular amount. They will convert it US dollars to rupee. They will be keeping amount in rupee only. Then SBI will transfer that Indian rupee to exporter. End of discussion. Quite easy. So this account opened by foreign entities with Indian banks to settle international trade in Indian rupees, introduced in the year 2022. Recent RBI mandates its non-resident SRVA holders can invest surplus rupee in government security and treasury bills. Now that's why it becomes important. These two topics are extremely important. Even the treasury bills this time was there in PFRDM phase 2 paper 2 examination. They asked about that who releases the treasury bills and for what purposes they releases the treasury bills. Okay? So now see the importance. Even the PFRDA is asking these kind of questions in its paper 2. Okay? So that now this is the reason it becomes important. Non-resident SRVA holders can invest surplus rupee in government security and treasury bills. Authorized dealers banks can now open SRVs without RBI approval. We discussed it that earlier the thing was that they required to have a prior approval of RBI to open SRVA account. Now they don't need any kind of approval from RBI. Significance is to promote internationalization of Indian rupee, reduce dependency on a hard currency like US dollars, ensure productive use of surplus rupee funds. ठीक है? Now Loro account. Now Loro account is no such new thing. It is a combination of Nostro and Vostro. ठीक है? Definition is a domestic bank's record of a foreign bank's account held with another foreign bank. A domestic bank's record, State Bank of India's record of a foreign bank account. For an example, State Bank of India, ठीक है, they are having a Nostro account in USA. ठीक है, they are having a Vostro account in India. ठीक है, this is the thing, Vostro account in India and Nostro account in USA. Now enters a foreign bank. Another foreign bank enters, and now what they are doing? There is a foreign bank, another foreign bank, ठीक है, in US, and what it is doing? They are keeping a domestic bank's record of a foreign bank's account held with another foreign bank. ठीक है? So another foreign bank will come in picture. They will say, okay, whosoever is for US, for example, US is having an account, foreign bank account in India. ठीक है? In Indian State Bank of India. So that foreign bank will say, okay, US is our own domestic federal bank, for example. Federal bank is our own domestic bank. So our domestic bank is having a record, is having a Vostro account, ठीक है, is having a account in State Bank of India. Now we are here, we will keep the record of your transaction. This is was Loro account, nothing. The meaning is theirs, ठीक है, the meaning is theirs, nothing as much important, ठीक है. Perspective is theirs from the domestic bank's viewpoint. Example, Bank of India holds a Nostro account in Bank of America. Bank of Japan also holds a Nostro in Banks of America. Banks of India's record of Banks of Japan account is a Loro account. That's it. If you see the Nostro and the Vostro account from the above, ठीक है, from the open perspective, you will call it Loro account. This is what it means. ठीक है? So this is the thing. Why it was in news? Because recently RBI has removed the prior approval that was required to open these kind of accounts. Now RBI has also allowed that non-residents having surplus money in their Vostro accounts can invest it in the government security, let it be the treasury bills as well. ठीक है? So this was the entire news, and I hope that you must have got the clear-cut idea what we had tried to explain you, and I hope that you must have got it because we have made it quite easy. And if you want to download this data for free of cost, then you can download it from the Ecoholics app that is available in Google Play Store. If you have any kind of query in regards to this paid data or any data that we provide for free of cost, then you can take a screenshot of this number. You can reach out to our academic counselors, and all of your queries will be sorted out as soon as possible in a most appropriate manner. And do subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, because we will be coming up with such interesting topic on a daily basis now. And the RBI examination is also 18th of October. So even if just by attending a 10 to 15 minutes live session on a daily basis, ठीक है, can fetch you 2 to 3 marks in your pre-examination or in your mains examination. So what's wrong in that, है ना? So do subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell so that you can get all the notification whenever we go live with such interesting topic. Till then, have a great day ahead.